All right, TikTok review time. Let's see what we got here. Let's see what we can learn today. And I just covered this one yesterday, so I'll go beyond her. But she's nice.
It's tomorrow night at 6 o'clock, and so it was perfect. He did what I wanted him to do. So there you go.
So a lot of you said when it took him 10 days to reach out to me after the date that it was no big deal. And I get that, but for me it is a big deal. I want momentum. I want to feel it.
It's not a big deal if you don't like them, and it is a big deal because you like them. And that's women. I mean, I get it, right? And I guess that's all people, right? But we got to understand the way women talk. It's, I mean, and again, it's not that they're bad or not. It's just and she, we sometimes don't realize or have blind spots, right? But I want, because I'm here to help men. I want men to learn. Is she's not saying this about everybody, right? 10 days, and why is it taking 10 days? Well, more than likely he has options. He could be. A lot of times these guys are married. Married guys do a lot very well with women because they do stuff like this, right? They take forever. They're real calm. They're real confident. They're real chill, and a bit aloof. Women love that. Women love to, they love to be with a man they can't yet you quite figure out. They can't quite control. If they can control you, you're screwed. But 10 days, well, I mean that's telling you something. Behavior is a language, both men and women, and so that is a long time. That would, to me, that would signal that his interest is lower, or his interest, or his attention is diverted. So it is a long time, and it's not because he's busy. And no, busy had there is no miscommunication in dating. There is zero miscommunication. We say that to protect our egos. Um, just like with this, 10 days means he's a guy who calls you back within one day, and a guy who calls you back within 10 days. That's two different interest levels, and the fact that she cares, that means she's interested. She wants him to come back. But if it was a guy that she wasn't interested in on a first date, she wouldn't care. It's 10 days, 15 days. So basically what it is a lot of times in relationships is one person, either a man or a woman, has a higher desire than the other person.
Needed. I want to feel wanted. And when you have a great date and you don't hear from them for 10.
Well, we all say this, but it was a great date on your end. It wasn't such a great date on his end, right? Did you have sex with them? Did you bang him hardcore? That sexual urgency usually tells a man, "Hey, I want you." So maybe it's a great date on your end, but he didn't get laid. So, yeah, not so great for him.
It doesn't build anything. I'm not looking for confusion. I'm looking for consistency.
There is no confusion ever. And right there, I always say consistency. Consistency is what this is the Alpha Chad talk. She went out with a guy that's, probably just outside her weight class as far as punching above her weight. And, he's being inconsistent because he's got options. I always say this. Women do not want a consistent beta male. Women would rather share a proven alpha than be with a faithful beta, right? She'd rather, so she doesn't want beta Bob, loser, dad bod, just not an attractive guy, to be consistent. And if he is, she don't care, but she definitely wants Alpha Chad to be consistent. So, and there is no miscommunication. If he's taking forever to get back with you, if he's being aloof, he's not that into you. That's it, And I can just tell by her behavior here, she's into him. So there is no miscommunication ever. It's just an ego protection.
And I think if it starts out slow and unsure, that it's just a pattern for the future. And I don't want to.
Probably, because he probably won't never be that interested. It's not that it starts out. He's sure. He's sure that he's giving you as much. People are sure. People are sure he's giving you He's giving you as much attention as he wants to, And you're sure. You're sure that you want more attention. The only thing so there's nothing unsure. The only thing that's unsure is if he's going to call you back, and that's what you don't like, But if you had more leverage, meaning he likes you more, then he'd call you back quicker. But he's not.
For that. Do you?
So it's Saturday night at 10:42, and I wish I had rehearsed this, but I'm not. This is totally off the cuff because I'm not really good at TikTok. But I matched with this guy on Hinge, and he was
dating app. They're all dating. I didn't think anyone was on dating apps. And why are you on a dating app? Is it because it's easy? Is it because guys flood your inbox? Is it because you get a lot of attention there? Is it because there's a lot of hot guys on there, or at least hot pictures? Is it because you like men? You love men, don't you? And you like to hook up with men? Is that why you love us? We love you. But most of us are gone from those areas. But you're on a dating app. And isn't it easy? You get in your pajamas and you just swipe, 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 swipe. You don't go out anymore, do you? You just swipe, swipe, swipe. Yeah. And then you get mad that, Alpha Chad just wants to bang you, put your...
Distinguished CEO, really put together on.
Well, that's amazing. It sounds like you're on a dating app where, you have access to all that stuff. Yes. But you never were the one that was the one dating him. You know what I'm saying? But you have access to him because you're on a dating app. Get off the dating apps. And then put yourself in a level of, and this is all of us need to do this, myself included. We need to get out in the wilds and get out in public, get outside, and there's where you compete, because if you're competing on the dating apps, it's no, because he's gonna go out with you this week, this Mr. CEO, he's gonna go out with another girl. Why would he stop with you?
The app, and so we were texting back and forth, and he invited me to dinner, and
And here's the thing: once the man invites you to dinner, what's this dinner shit, man? That right there says you got no game. No man of self-worth and self-respect taking you to dinner on a first date. Come on.
I'm not getting like, I was intimidated. I was like, wow, this guy.
See? Yep. See, hot guys. They're intimidated by hot guys. They're not intimidated by Beta Bob.
Older, successful. What do I wear?
They want hot. And this nervousness, this is good. This is the tension. You want sexual, that tension is sexual tension. So that's good. And this is good. It would work out good if she meets him because she feels like this guy's better than her. And look at her attitude. She wants to please him. So she's thinking of things. You don't want a combative woman who's like, I'll wear whatever I want. That's a woman who thinks she's better than you. You need a woman thinking that you're better than her.
Ooh, like, I even said, like, is it casual? And he was like, oh, I'm going to wear like a collared shirt. And
I think she's overweight and she got low cut. Why y'all all do low cut, see your boobs? Like, let's stop this on TikTok, man. I don't do TikTok. I don't have TikTok, but I do it on here. This boob stuff. But anyway, I feel like he's gonna ghost.
So I was so worried about my outfit. So I was like sending my daughter's pictures, like, what do I wear? What do I, like my jewelry, do I wear like X, whatever. And so I was very nervous.
Okay, this is an Alpha Chad. This is an outlier. Most women show up 15 minutes late in some crappy ass clothes, and this is not how they treat every man. Women treat every man different.
It's because in my mind, this man was very distinguished and amazing, and I really wanted to.
And do you see this, guys? Do you see this? That's why you don't talk too much. Don't have too many conversations. Don't be texting too much because they create their own story. This guy could be a big loser. But he put the right pictures up, and he thinks he's Wolf of Wall Street and stuff, and he just went on like some fake sets and shit.
And so I take an Uber to the Denver club, and he's like, "Ping me when you get there." So he comes down, he lets me in, and we go up.
Yeah, she's heavy.
It's not a club; it's a community area for like the building. Right? So it's just him and I.
Yeah.
And I had made it very, very clear, actually, very clear. Like, I'm not going to meet you when I'm, like, privately or, like, your place. And he's like, well, it's not my place. It's the club. And it was just really unsettling. But here is...
I don't hear what's unsettling about it.
Lesson. I literally was so nervous about trying to impress this person because of what I thought in my mind.
What I tell you guys, she told herself a story. Yep.
The man didn't even have shoes on. It was like his living room, right? And I was like, I think I'm gonna go.
Let me tell you what too. I think, and it's not even about the Alpha Chad. Here's the problem: is you misrepresented yourself. That for guys, this is beta male game though. He can be an Alpha Chad, but it's beta male game. This isn't disrespectful. Don't offer dinner and change it to, the lobby apparently, or maybe his apartment of what I'm thinking, because that's just disingenuous. And now she knows you're a liar. You're disingenuous. You got to have the balls, guys. You have to have balls to say, do what you want to do. If you don't want, see, here's the thing. All y'all dinner guys, y'all don't want to go to dinner. Don't go to dinner. Tell her to come over. And if she doesn't come over, then she's not one you want to be with. If you don't want to go to dinner with a chick, and you're at dinner with a chick, you a fraud. You're sitting there eating dinner with a chick. I don't want to be eating dinner with a chick. That's boring as hell. I mean, come on, think about it. You're a fraud. I ask a man, do you want to be here with this chick? No, I'd rather be smashing right now. So go smash. And they'll probably say no, but some will say yes. Have the balls to hear no, guys. This is weak shit. It's weak that you offer a dinner and then try to finagle her to a different spot. I would end the date too. And just like I tell, just like you've seen in my other stuff, I champion women or their cause. And I ain't no Captain Save a 304, but this is bullshit. I'm a captain, moral integrity. Don't do this to women. It's bullshit. I mean, bang them on the first date. Absolutely. I love that, and she may have, and they do it all the time, but don't offer a dinner and then change it. That's predatory.
Is it really? He's like, okay. Because he realized he wasn't going to, whatever he wanted.
You know what he wanted, and here's the disingenuous on your part. Let's all stop being disingenuous, right? You know what he wanted, right? And you're making him go to dinner. I mean, don't act like you don't know what he wanted. So stop making men go to dinner. I would say if you're not going to have sex with them that day, whatever. But see, the problem is that you're making this guy go to dinner and he doesn't want to go to dinner. He's making you come to his place and he knows you want to go to dinner for what? Both of y'all are being disingenuous. We all now need to start being a little more honest. You know what I'm saying? Give a guy the opportunity for a sexual opportunity after a short interaction, whether it be the park, whether it be ice cream, whether it be a drink. But too many women went out somewhere and with good intentions. I think women ruined it, and I'm not trying to go hard on women, but too many, because the leverage was on the women. Men, we would have done the same thing if we had leverage. We didn't. But too many women went to foodie dates. That's why they're not a thing anymore. Men ain't going to get screwed like that no more. So that's why those are up. Men ain't going to take the chance. You ain't going to foodie date me no more. And that's why it's all wanting to be hookup stuff right now. Because there's no trust.
Elevator, and I'm looking at my Uber. He's like, how far away is the Uber? And I'm like, you know what? I'll just walk outside because it was a secured building, so you couldn't get back in.
Right.
And he's like, okay. And so I walk outside. And I'm 50 years old.
Yeah, but this is the BS, ma'am. You know why he's there. He wants to smash. And he sounded like a good catch, And you don't, you sound like you're punching above your weight. Meaning, you got up, he can normally get that. He didn't this time. He's not surprised because he gets that, but he normally can get that. So if you're going to want to stay with him, you got to, I'm not saying, you're doing fine. I'm just saying, if you want guys like that, you're going to have to overcompensate in certain areas.
It doesn't stop. So I'm outside waiting for my Uber, and he's like, bye.
Well, you think men in their 50s all of a sudden don't want to have sex? You know why he called you? If you just want buddies to go out and have dinner with, then start a website, start a dating app, Tinder for friends, or Bumble for friends, or whatever Alice for friends, and watch how many guys come to it. 0. You like the fact that we want to have sex.
And the funny thing is I literally was so nervous thinking I wanted to measure up to what it was that he was looking for.
Well, and you knew what he was looking for. You just wanted him to invest more. And you knew, and here's the thing, you knew instinctually in your mind that since he wants to bang and go, and you thought with a dinner, you thought maybe that you could work your way for him to be a boyfriend and get him to invest. But you knew when you showed up at his place, he was going to hit and quit, especially because he lied. And you've had that before. You've experienced that before. A hot guy like that, he's going to hit and quit. And you didn't want to put up with that. And I get it. That's important. But don't lie, guys.
What a lesson learned, right?
No,
Jeez.
One of the biggest
Get off of dating
is
apps.
how much dating has changed for people who have not been single since their 20s. Imagine being married for 25 years, getting divorced, finally feeling ready to try again. and then realizing the entire dating culture has changed? There are apps now. There's ghosting. There are matches who talk for days and never make plans. There are people who seem interested and then disappear. There are people who say they want something serious while they are apparently seeing someone else. And there are people who look great on paper but behave completely differently in person. That bakery date story is a perfect example. She matches with a guy, they have good conversation, they plan a cute...
No, the bakery date was obese and she misrepresented herself with catfish.
Bakery date, everything seems normal, and then he just disappears while she's waiting for
That's called a catfish.
Blocks her, unmatches her, gone. And that is the part that feels so strange. Not every date is going to lead to a connection, and that is okay. But disappearing mid-date like you were escaping a hostage situation is wild. If you are not feeling it, you can still be respectful. You can finish the coffee.
No,
you can say,
you don't have
to. Nice meeting you. You can be a grown adult.
You can be respectful, but you don't have to finish the date. Be respectful and leave. It's this one right here. That's the bakery date. She misrepresents herself. She was obese.
More minutes. But instead, some people are handling dating like the exit button is always available.
It
and
is.
That creates this very cold feeling. And I think that is why so many women over 50 are shocked. It is not that they expect every man to fall in love with them. It is that they expect basic manners. They expect people to show up, communicate, and act like adults. But modern dating has made avoidance extremely easy. You can block, unmatch, disappear.
Yeah, and women are the worst, the worst offenders. Stop it, man. Stop.
And never explain anything. And when you are coming from a generation where people used to talk things out, or at least end things with some...
Yeah, you don't. This is. I mean, yeah. The reason there's no trust in dating is because women had all the leverage on the dating apps, and that killed it. You know, I mean, I'm not right, wrong, or indifferent. It just is, right? They were only matching with 5%. They were going out with 20%, but only 5% was actually getting a date. The 20% were, paying for dates. And why did we have a term foodie date? Because they exploited men's resources, and men ain't gonna put up with that. And once they get burned 2 or 3 times on a foodie date, and that becomes a term, when you're feeding her family, no. Or they're just looking to, because their man's out of town or they're not getting the attention they want. Now, men were taking women out on great dates, but, constantly coming up empty. And, men ain't going to keep, men are smart. They know patterns. They're not going to keep putting up with that. So that's why women ruin the trust. And I'm not saying women are bad for that. It's just they had so much leverage. And that, they ended up exploiting it.
That can feel like emotional culture shock.
I have a question for single men out there. If you had a woman who came to you and was interested in dating you, but she told you that she lived in a motel, would that be okay with you? Because...
Really? Why? What's this question for? Lived in a motel. Yeah, I don't know. Probably depending on how she looked. And it looks like we need to do some work there, lady. Fashion, exercise and fitness, I mean, there's a lot of work to be done. I'm just saying, not to be mean, but asking questions about whether a guy lives in a motel. Let's worry about ourselves first, because dating's a you problem. And we got to put our best foot forward, and that's definitely not our best foots.
That's my latest interest from someone on a dating site saying, "Hey."
Well, you're gonna get that. You're gonna get that. I'm sorry. He's not saying that to some people because he knows they won't put up with it. But when your outside appearance is that you don't give a damn, when your fashion's off point, when your physical fitness is off point, your makeup's off point, your hairstyle, and she could be a beautiful woman, absolute beautiful woman, but she doesn't put enough effort into her outside appearance, And I've had to, I had to have a procedure that's going to cost me $50,000 because I got to improve my outside appearance. My teeth I got to redo my whole mouth. It cost me $50,000. But if I don't, women aren't going to date me. That's me personally. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. I get women want to date me with a screwed up mouth, so I got to pay $50, and I'm going to because I love women and they deserve the best, physical attractiveness that they can get. Right now, I'm not it, so I personally own it.
Interested in you, but I live and work in a motel. Is that okay? if you're, I mean, again, not to knock anybody in your living situation, and yes, everybody needs love,
Whatever.
but no.
Okay.
So I noticed when I was going on dates that I was doing most of the talk.
This is the ketamine girl. Yeah.
So I told myself, okay, next time I go out with a guy, I'm just going to sit silently and let him engage and do the talk.
Well, we want you to do most of the talking because, it's the more men talk, the more you're going to disqualify us. So, it's not good. We need to get you talking. So yeah, that's a good idea for me, is just talking. And here's the deal: it goes back to, if you really like the guy, you'll do the talking because you'll want the date to work. So guys, if she really likes you and you just sit back and let her talk, she'll talk. If she doesn't like you, she's gonna make you talk. They're not.
So I went out with this guy last night, and we sat in silence for
There you go.
5 minutes.
There you go.
All these times I was thinking I was having these good dates with guys. I was literally just having good dates with myself because I'm the one carrying the conversation. So next time you're out with a guy, take it just sit there silently and wait for them to ask you questions.
No.
And see how long you sit in your silence.
Women don't care about you asking them that, and stop all this, guys. No, don't talk. It depends on how she feels about you. And men and women work the same. It's physical appearance, it's feelings, and how you feel about someone, the vibe, how much she excites you, how much your eggplant or your D gets a little stiffy. That's, you like her. How much her vajayjay gets wet and how much she gets the tingles in her vajayjay and all over her body. That'll work. That'll fix the conversation. She won't stay silent for a man where her vajayjay is super wet. She's gonna start talking because she wants it to work, and he can just sit back and chill.
Recently met a guy online, and
another one. We got another one online. All y'all meet us online. All y'all, and none of y'all are on apps. It's almost like y'all can sit in your pajamas and talk to 8 different dudes.
worked for a pharmaceutical company. Good looking guy, really.
Isn't that interesting? We keep having but that's why Mr. Average Joe left, because y'all all talking to the same guy. That's why T-App was made. That's why Are You Dating This Man Facebook page was made. And I get it. It's not going in. I'm not at all. It's just the way women are. And people are. They want to get the hottest guy they can. I understand it, right? But and it's hard to. That's why it's hard to rip y'all away from them. Men have walked away. I'm just letting y'all ladies know. They're all down like 90%. Men have walked away from dating apps. I mean, at least regular men. So I'd recommend everyone walking away. I mean, men have walked away because there were too many foodie dates. It was costed too much. There was not enough interest from women. They were all talking to these guys and not the average Joe. Average Joe's getting no matches, where this guy's got about 300 people in his inbox. And she's going to be surprised when he ghosts her.
Guy. And we texted a little bit. We had not met. He sent me a photo one morning of him. And when I got the photo, I was just blown away. Like, I was just like, oh.
Oh, isn't that interesting? Alpha Chad sent me a picture. We're so surprised. Alpha Chad sent you a picture. And you would never in a million years be in Alpha Chad's category. He wouldn't look your way twice in the regular world, but you're on a dating app, so Alpha Chad's on a slow Tuesday, or Alpha Tyrone, or Alpha Enrique, or Alpha Muhammad, and because, trust me, you got to hit the gym, man.
He had permanent eyebrows that looked like somebody had taken a marker that was that wide and just went straight across. And, I had to stop and I was like, is this a joke?
AI.
Is he joking? Or, I didn't know what to think, so I said.
I like her nails. I like her hair, and I like the make. She does the make. She's pretty. She does, the gym would be good, but she's pretty. I like her attitude, too. I love the nails.
Oh, you have permanent eyebrows. And he said yes. As I got older, I noticed they were a little thinner. So I went and got permanent eyebrows, and it gave me my masculinity back. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm all for doing whatever makes you feel good about you.
It was probably Photoshop, for it's a guy in Nigeria.
I had an appointment to get some done because my friend has hers and I love them. So I went, and I talked to the lady at the appointment, and I told her I was concerned that, if I didn't like them, that they were permanent. And I told her about the photo, and I don't think she took me serious. So I showed her the picture, and she was like, that's awful.
Photoshop.
Like, it was bad. And you know, I understand he did it to get his masculinity back, but when I look
No, he's lying. He's a Umbubufu in Nigeria, and he tried to doctor the photo, and he got caught, and now he's coming with a bullshit answer. If he shows up, no, he can't show up, and that's
not
Nigeria.
masculine is not the word that came to mind. And again, I'm all for doing whatever makes you happy. I do what makes me happy. I think that was a bit much. And when you take a picture, like, surely you look at it before you send it. I mean, did he?
No, Adampupu Fufuku in Lagos, Nigeria, he did that on he must have picked a bad picture or, photoshopped it bad. And so, why are you giving a damn, lady? You're talking to a guy in Lagos, Nigeria.
You could visibly see his real eyebrow and the big black mark.
Online dating in your 50s is not for the weak. I've been on and off with this app. So this week
I didn't hear her going on a date, so yeah, he was Lagos, Nigeria.
to maybe 3 different people.
And you hear how hot he was? They know which pictures y'all pick. They can. That's the women like to say. Yeah, I don't know. Y'all can't figure us out. And I remember in the '80s they had the Mel Gibson movie. What are women thinking or something? It's like, bro, these Nigerians they figured you out to billions of dollars being sent overseas and funding these criminal gangs, man. So you ain't that hard to figure out. They know which pictures you're gonna pick. They have a playbook. They have 14-year-olds that get trained and learn how to talk to y'all and get y'all sending them all kinds of money. So you ain't that mysterious, ladies.
Very casual chats, but God, they're dry. Blimey, they're dry.
Yeah, well, you're getting the attention you need, lady. You love them casual chats, because I've seen this lady before, same thing. She loves to talk. This is the lady just loves the attention and the validation.
Give them a chance? No, Susan, I'm not giving them a chance. No. Taking no prisoners here. I am brutal on them.
Yeah, we heard this one before.
Hey, how was your day? At our age, it's harder to meet people. Tell me about your past relationships. What kind of questions are these? Come on, guys. Come on.
Because they're not there to validate you. They want to bang, and you're not, you're just there to, waste their time and get attention.
Was really interesting, and he was witty and funny, and we were having great backwards and forwards. And then I think I got a little bit scared because he complimented me. He was being very complimentary and flirty.
I've commented on her before. Compliments are bad. Don't compliment women. It's like, at least physically. A real compliment, like, I like your way you do fashion, or I really like the way you did your nails there, that color, you really know how to pick color. It's something, but yeah, your eyes are beautiful, your hair, no, they don't care. They get that all the time from guys that want to bang them.
Wasn't doing anything wrong. But it really scared me because it triggered some kind of thought process in my mind. Am I being love bombed?
No, it triggered the fear you have in your mind. And this guy actually, I might want to actually date him instead of waste his time and just talk to him.
Guy, a fraudster, possibly ex-experiences.
Well, you're a fraudster.
These thoughts in my mind. So I might pick that one up again, which I probably will. And, say
She's
hi.
pretty though. She's very pretty.
Busy. But yeah. Story so far. Don't come.
I love the accent. I can't lie. I do love the accent. This lady, I've gone in hard on her. She's hot.
Sorry, not sorry.
Dating in your 50s. It's so different than it was back 20, 25 years ago.
No, it's not. It's you're 20, 25 years older, and you let your fitness go. Probably it looks like, hairstyle. What are we doing with that? Clothing style. Back 20 years ago when you're 21, show me a picture. I mean, come on, Forever 21, not Forever 51. Yeah, it's gonna, for everybody when we were younger it was easier. That's why women are talking about banging the younger guy. Then look at the teacher epidemic, what we got going on. Younger people they have youth, they have beauty, so, men have figured it out and got their ass in the gym. Women, you got to figure it out. You ain't your 21-year-old self no more. When you were 21, 50-year-olds want to date you, 60-year-olds want to date you, 40-year-olds want to date you, 30-year-olds want to date you, 20-year-olds want to date you, and you had to pick of the litter.
I don't like it.
So dating hasn't changed. But you got to overcompensate. Just like I'm 5'7", I got to overcompensate for you ladies to like me and get jacked, you know? Because otherwise you won't like me, you know, or, you know, pay as much attention, you know? So as much as like a 6'3" guy. And it's okay. I'm not mad about it. I love it. It makes me work harder in the gym. But you ladies got to understand you're not 21 anymore. You got to overcompensate. Get in that gym. I always say get in the gym and get maximum fitness, especially for a woman. God, men love that because there's so few women that have maximum fitness. Men, absolutely, they would roll out the red carpet for a 40 or 50-year-old in maximum fitness mode. Oh my God, so hot.
It's definitely a learning experience. So the things I've learned, it's like a job interview.
Well, you need to learn how to date too. I always say dating's a you problem. You haven't learned how to date. You haven't picked the right guy. It never should be a job interview. It should be a fun, flirty. When you were 20, did you do job interviews? No, you were out somewhere probably having a fun, flirty time, and got banged. I mean that's what it needs to be. It doesn't need to change. Job interviews don't lead to sex. Job interviews are not seductive. That's why I stopped doing coffee dates a long time ago. It is like a job interview. It's the worst place to be to find seduction. So yeah. Work on flirting and work on, making it a fun sexual experience, Give it a chance. You don't have to have sex, but give sex a chance.
Exhausting. It can be fun. I've met a few nice people. But the hardest thing for me to get over was that, you connect with somebody and you're texting or whatever, but I don't like career texters. Text for a few days and then...
They're not that interested. Alpha Chat's got a lot of... We've talked about... You're punching above your weight. You're on a dating app. Get off the dating apps. Meet people outside. Just because you can swipe in your pajamas, and that's the thing, And I'm hearing this more and more, but you're texting someone in Lagos, Nigeria, who knows who you want to pick. But, and I want to state this again, lady, the dating app era is over. I know you had your heyday, and if you're just getting involved in it, it is over. Guys have left. It is over. Get off of them. I know y'all say you always delete them. Delete them for good this time. Because y'all delete them for a week and then come back. It's done. They are done. 90% of the regular guys, their 90% of their value in stock is gone. They haven't told you how bad their books are. They are done. Like, if you knew how few guys were actually left on dating apps, just real quick, and I'll help you with ladies. In the last year or last 6 months, evaluate your dates. Evaluate the people. Really, really think about it. Go back through the last year or the 6 months and see if you've met anybody normal, or see if you've met anybody that hasn't wanted to come over right away. Okay? See how many guys have actually taken you on a date, because obviously from your profiles, the ones that keep begging for dates, take me on a date. Please take me on a date. That's all the profiles. They're dead. Get off the dating apps. Get outside. Be nice to men. Be fit, feminine, and friendly. Smile. Look great. Be stylish. And actually smile at guys and help guys approach you. Because we need to approach you, but help them.
Let's meet. And if we don't get along, we move on. But we're not, linking with our goals and things like that, then, or attraction, or whatever the criteria is, move on. It's okay. It was very hard for me to decipher at first, like, oh, what is wrong with me? I don't think there's anything wrong with me. I don't think there's anything wrong with them. I just think we're just not compatible, and that's okay. No career texting. If we're gonna meet, let's meet. And if not, then that's okay. We can be friends.
No man wants to be your friend. All right, I'm going to leave it there, guys.